Hello friends, the wholesale price inflation for the month of March is estimated to be around 14.55%, which was 7.89% last March. For consecutively 12th month, it is the WPI is in double digits. The high rate of inflation in March is it is primarily due to rise in crude oil and petrol prices and natural gas prices, mineral oils, basic metal prices, and also due to the global supply chain disruption because of the Russian-Ukraine war. So the fuel and power sector shown inflation is increased by 34.52%. So there is a monthly increase of 5.68%. And in manufactured power products, inflation is 10.71%. WPI food indexes inflation is increased by 8.7%. Next, coming to the retail inflation, that is consumer price index. So is for the month of March is estimated to be very high, 17-month high. So it is 6.95. The maximum allowable set by the RBI is 6%, but it is very higher now, 6.95%. So food price inflation is 7.68%. And in Tamil Nadu, inflation is 4.36%. All over India, West Bengal show the highest inflation, which is 8.85%. And jet fuels, air turbine fuel also there is a price increase. So there is a 0.2% price increase. So it is increased by 130.2 rupees per liter. And IIP, that is the Index of Industrial Production for the month of February, is also released by the Ministry of Statistics, and the industrial production remained muted in the month of February. It is not recovered well, so it is the growth is only found to be 1.7%. It is very less. So in the mining sector shown a growth of 4.5%. Manufacturing sector shown a growth of 0.8%. In electricity generation is increased by 4.5%. And primary goods shown an increase of 4.6%. And there is a negative growth also. In consumer durables shown a negative growth of minus 8.2%. Consumer non-durables also shown a negative growth of minus 5.5%. In Financial Express, there is a news that according to its data, 20 big states overall tax receipts, that is its own revenue plus a divisible pool receipts, is increased by 39% this year, April to February 2022. And also it's the 20 states combined capital expenditure is also increased by 37%, it is shown. So in the GST, there is a GST council set up last year, a panel of state ministers headed by Karnataka Chief Minister Basaraj Bommai. So to suggest way to increase the revenue by rationalizing tax rates. So they are likely to finalize their recommendation and release a report by next month. So there are they may remove the 5% rate. There are and they may remove some of the items in 5% the tax slab to essential items to 3% and move some of the items to 8%, or they may introduce 7% and 8% new tax slabs. So we only know the exact recommendation of the panel only by the next month. India's total export in the month of March has been estimated to be around $6,399 crore. So this is a 14.15% increase. and in its import is will also increase by 20%. So the overall trade deficit for the month of March is 1,851 crore dollars. Last March it was 1,364 crore dollars. And the PhD's chamber also estimated that the FTA for this year 2020-23 may increase to $100 billion. So India's current account deficit is for the December quarter has been increased to 2.7% from 1.3% in the September quarter. So if the oil price remain higher at $150 per barrel, the current account deficit of India may reach around 5% of GDP. Minister Piyush Goyal recently asked the plastic industry to cut imports and become self-reliant. So they have already this plastic industry in exports already reached a growth of 30%. So he says it can easily reach its export target of 25 billion US dollar by the year of 2025. Center has amended the FEMA rules, that is the Foreign Exchange Management Act, so to allow 20% foreign direct investment in the LIC, Life Insurance Corporation. It has already approved 5% stake for IPO, but it is yet to be done. So recently, crypto payments around India has been frozen. So it is a good initiative taken by the UPI. Recently, Egypt approves India as a wheat supplier, so India is going to increase out of wheat to Egypt in the coming months. India accounts for less than 1% of the world's wheat export. However, its share has increased from 0.4% in 2016 to 0.54% in 2020. It is the second largest producer of wheat. So its share in the whole wheat production is 14.14%. Recently, Finance Ministry has removed the custom duty on cotton imports till September 30. So this may reduce the cotton prices and lower the textile prices. So it is going to increase the export India's textile and apparel export. So currently, but previously cotton import attracts there is a 5% basic custom duty and a 5% agriculture infrastructural development cess, but it has been removed now, which is to be welcome. The Center for Monitoring Indian Economy (CMI) has reported that the unemployment rate has fallen to 7.6% in March from 8.1% in February. Coals and Mines Minister Pralhad Joshi recently asked the state to increase the pace of exploration of mineral blocks. He says it is a push to the goal of reaching self-reliant India. And Center Assam's monetization has already increased more than its target. So it has already mobilized around 96,000 crore rupees this year in 2022. In auto industry, there is a 4% decline in the passenger vehicle sales in wholesales in March, and two-wheeler sales also there is a drop. So because of the supply chain challenges, because of the semiconductor shortages, so this industry is to recover. So India's collection from the equalization levy, that is the Google tax, has already increased by 90%. So it has reached around 4,000 crore rupees. So this equalization levy was introduced in 2016 at the rate of 6% for digital films advertising services. So this India is going to phase out 2% digital tax on non-resident digital entities like Netflix, Facebook. So this is to protect India against the retaliatory tariffs from the other countries like US. So this is it is going to phase out. And India now tops milk production in world. So this turnover in milk is higher than wheat and rice output. So the overall value of the milk production is estimated to be around 8.5 lakh crores annually. Because of the increase in the international price of fertilizers and raw materials, an inter-ministerial committee recommended revision of nutrient-based subsidy rate for nutrients, nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium and sulfur for this Kharif 2022. So this is going to, this is assumed to reduce the fertilizer prices. Recently, Reserve Bank of India introduced norms for the exposure and disclosure for NBFCs. So the NBFC aggregate credit exposure to any entity should not be more than 20%. But if it is infrastructure for infrastructure non-banking financial corporation, it can be increased to 25% as per the new norm. Indian textile industry is benefiting from the economic crisis in Sri Lanka. So the Indian apparel exporters are receiving orders from UK, European Union, Latin America, where the Indian textiles had no previous presence. Because of the US imposed bans, Russia is looking for importing more food-based products from India and also medicine and medical equipment. So this is going to benefit the Indian exporters. State Bank of India recently increased its MCLR credit rate by 0.1%. So this is going to increase the EMI of the lend takers. So recently, the World Bank report has been released about the level of extreme poverty in India. So it says that the extreme poverty in India is reduced to 12.3% during the period of 2011 to 2019. So extreme poverty has been measured in terms of the number of people living on less than $1.9. So in Indian rupees, its value is 145 rupees. So in the reports, she says that extreme poverty in India has dropped to 10.2% pre-COVID year 2019, which was 22.5% in 2011. So this is all based on the consumer pyramid household survey of the CMIE has been estimated. Recently, Niti Aayog released the ranking of the Indian states based on energy and climate initiatives. So Gujarat stops in implementing a new initiative, energy and climate initiatives, and Tamil Nadu is in the 9th place. I see you all in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.